Hello all and welcome to this. As you all know, my name is DLZ101 and today is a very significant day in the world of professional wrestling. It has now been 20 years since the Montreal screwjob took place. To set the stage, let's take it back to WrestleMania 12. Bret Hart is leaving the WWF for about 6 months after WrestleMania, after wrestling a full-time schedule for about 12 years. And then Shawn Michaels beats Bret Hart after a 65-minute match in one of the best matches of all time. And he is anointed the new king. He beats guys like Diesel, Mick Foley, Vader, Psycho Sid, you name it, he's beating them. And Bret makes his way back to the WWF Survivor Series 1996, puts on a classic with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Underrated match, really, by the way, I think. Then, he starts getting screwed out of title opportunities. Shawn Michaels screws him against Psycho Sid. And then Bret gets screwed out of the Royal Rumble, leading to frustration, leading to a heel turn by being like, all of y'all, you used to have my back. What happened? Vince, you're screwing me. You got the officials screwing me. People are messing with me left and right. And you fans can kiss my ass. Fuck all y'all. And that's how he was. He was that dude that, he was a Canadian hero, but then in the U.S. he was a villain. And I thought the USA-Canada angle was great. Here's where they made the mistake. They made the mistake of taking the title off of The Undertaker at SummerSlam 97 with the stupid stipulation that if Shawn Michaels shows any favoritism to The Undertaker, he can't wrestle in the United States. And if Bret loses, he can't wrestle in the United States. I wouldn't have done that. What I would have done is I would have had The Undertaker retain the title at SummerSlam or drop it to Bret, but he has to win it back the very next month. Taker's got to be the champion going into the Hell in a Cell with Shawn Michaels, and then you do the same outcome. Kane comes in, tombstones The Undertaker, Shawn's the new champion, and then Bret Hart beats Vader on that very same pay-per-view to become the number one contender. And then what you do is you make it a career versus title match, and Bret's like, okay, Shawn, I can't stand you. You're a piece of shit. I hate you. I'm supposed to be the king around here. I'm supposed to be the man, but yet you come in and think you can usurp me? Hell no. If you beat me, I will leave the WWF. Boom. And then that way you have fans thinking, oh my God, Shawn Michaels, if he beats Bret Hart, that's it. But Bret Hart, he's got to win the title. He's got to win the title. You get to Survivor Series night, what happens? Bret does the right thing, clean in the middle. Put Shawn Michaels over. 1, 2, 3. That's how it should have ended. But hindsight's 2020. Vince and creative were idiots for even putting the belt on Bret to begin with, I think. And they shouldn't have done that. But in the long term, it worked out for everybody in the end. Whose side do you take for all of this? I have to take Vince McMahon's side. When you are on your way out, you do the honors no matter what for the guys that helped make you who you are, and you have to leave with your head held high and show professionalism, even if it's to somebody you can't stand. Yeah, Shawn Michaels was a piece of shit back then. Yeah, he fucked with a lot of people's careers. Yes, he was king shit. No one could touch him, and I agree with Bret to that. But you got to do the right thing for the people that help make you who you are. I remember that night watching Survivor Series. I thought it was weird. Earl Hebner says he was only notified 10 minutes. I call bullshit on that. I think he was in on it. I know Gerald Briscoe was in on it. And, Vince, Shawn, and Hunter concocted the whole thing. Vince Russo, Jim Cornette, I think they all had something to do with it to this very day. And Bret, honestly, I do believe, while he is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, is a mark for himself. And he is a fan of himself. The same could be said for Hogan. The same could be said for Randy Savage. The same could be said for Ric Flair. All those guys were marks for themselves. And when word got out that Bret was going to go to WCW, I'm like, man, he will be a nothing over there. He ain't going to be doing anything over there. And that's pretty much what happened. For the first couple of years that he was there, yeah, they gave him the U.S. title, but he didn't really do anything. And then he beat Chris Benoit to win the world title at Mayhem 99, and then couple months later gets kicked in the head by Goldberg, and that ends his wrestling career. And it's sad that we never got to see Bret Hart come back in the early 2000s and really have great programs with like The Rock, Brock Lesnar, Triple H, Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero, Benoit, Jericho. There's so much they could have done with him. They could have had Bret Hart put over John Cena in his last match ever. That's the way it should have ended. But, as said, hindsight is 2020, and I think that, while the screw job was a crazy thing to happen in wrestling, it helped launch the Attitude Era. It helped the WWF beat WCW. It's something that is still recognized to this day by many wrestling fans, and I'm glad that Bret and Shawn have made peace. I do think Bret Hart is a better person. He doesn't give a damn about what anyone thinks. I think Bret needs to try to change his life around and, try to be more positive in life, I think. That's how I feel about Bret. It's good to see that Shawn's turned around and Shawn, he is doing the right thing. Vince is still making money at his age. You don't see him on TV as much anymore, but without Vince, we wouldn't be fans today. And that's that. So, 20 years. I'd like to know what your guys' memories were. What did you guys think of the Montreal Screwjob? Whose side are you on? Please leave feedback in the comment section. Thank you all for watching. Peace.